A very good afternoon. Thank you so much for watching UBC News Roundup. Today on the 6th of April 2023. Welcome. My name is Sharon Kyomugisha. And in the course of the week, the Archbishop of the Church of Uganda, Right Reverend Samuel Stephen Kazimba Mugalu, told Christians to embrace patience and tolerance in marriage. Now, yesterday, Kazimba described marriage as a bed of roses and thorns, detests unfaithfulness as a leading killer of happy families. He sounded this during the 50th marriage anniversary of former Prime Minister, Right Honorable Mama Mbabazi, and his wife, Canon Jacqueline Mbabazi.
50 years ago, the Right Honorable Amama Mbabazi said I do to Canon Jacqueline Mbabazi. In reciprocation, she said the same. 50 years later, the couple has renewed their vows. It is a renewed commitment of endless love for this gorgeous duo. It takes tolerance to have this achieved.
It is painful to us as clergy when our children do the wrong thing. But I'm so grateful this afternoon that Right Honorable Amama, a son of a lay reader, and Canon Jacqueline, a daughter of a Reverend Canon, they are here to celebrate. They have done the right thing.
Archbishop Kazimba Mugalu oversaw the event at All Saints Cathedral in Nakasero. To him, marriage is a journey, not a destination.
They have gone through a lot of transitions in life. Hard times, which we have roses and thorns. Marriage is not an institution only for roses. There are thorns as well, and challenges.
The milestone was graced by dignitaries ranging from religious leaders, politicians, business operators, and entrepreneurs. As a way of remembering this day, they contributed towards completing this cathedral, which is still under construction.
In celebration, my wife and I will recover the door, the cost of the door. 53 door.
Thank you, Your Grace. I'll recover all the windows.
Mbabazi would speak to the congregation, detailing how their 50-year-old journey has been.
To all of you who have joined us today, your presence is a gift we cherish deeply. Your love, support, and prayers have been pillars of strength for us, especially during the most trying times. Each of you holds a special place in our hearts, for you have journeyed with us, laughed with us, cried with us, and prayed for us. Your friendship and love have been a source of constant encouragement and have played a pivotal role in our lives.
Not even the health challenges that he and his wife has experienced could stop their union.
As we renew our vows today, we do so not just as a reaffirmation of our love for each other, but as a testament to the enduring strength of faith, hope, and love. This ceremony is not only about looking back on the 50 years we have shared, but also about looking forward to the future with God as our guide.
This is what Mbabazi said before the couple retired to a reception at Serena, Kampala, where they treated their guests to a memorable welcome. Henry Okrut, UBC.
Congratulations to the Mbabazis. Now, recently, the Trade Minister welcomed General Wilson Mbadi as the new State Minister of Trade, succeeding Harriet Ntabazi, who has been in office for over 2.5 years. The Trade Ministry has extolled General Mbadi's arrival's renewed vigor and acknowledges his strategic acumen on the crucial aspects of the trade ecosystem, especially in quality standards enforcement. This was at Farmers House in Kampala.
Now, I hand you over the ministerial policy statement for the financial year 2023-24, which you are finalizing.
General Mbadi, in his welcoming remarks, wasted no time in issuing a challenge to the nation's standards body, demanding a higher level of diligence in upholding quality standards. He highlighted the importance of a viable trade sector in safeguarding national security as a vital catalyst for the prosperity and stability of youth. He has articulated his commitment to channeling his energies towards the government's ambitious goal of achieving a $500 billion GDP within the next decade.
It was my first day in Parliament as a minister, and I gave a very, very short maiden speech. And then what is coming up? NBS, now the aflatoxin report came in. And obviously now, aflatoxin is about quality. Yes. And you have, I heard somebody said quality control. Is it your way? So quality control and NBS, we are watching you. Not only for the sicknesses you are causing Ugandans here by sleeping on the job or being partners in manyangaring huko. So please, I will be watching those two areas, because without those being sorted out, you cannot export. We have joked around with quality. Immature vanilla, we harvest mature vanilla. Where is the quality control man? Does the ministry have the capacity to get down there?
General Mbadi's assertion is not unfounded. In many parts of the world, trade has been utilized as a weapon of war. In light of abundant climatic conditions and promising trade prospects, General Mbadi assumes office with extensive experience, having served on Trade Committee in Parliament. He stands poised to steer the Trade Ministry to new heights.
For me, an amateur in trade, at a tactical and operational level, but I know how it links with the security at a strategic level, because it's one of the elements that form the fourth instrument of power that states wield to relate with their citizens and other states. That's why you are negotiating, making negotiations. Negotiating, having what? Because you must have something, some negotiating chip to use for the other one to agree with you or disagree with you or something like that.
General Mbadi's appointment comes at a time when traders are facing challenges such as high taxation and unfamiliar policies like IFRIS calling for government to rein in expeditiously. Nevertheless, Uganda's trade volumes have significantly increased, especially after its admission into the Africa Continental Free Trade Area.
No, me, I'm very easy to work with. You don't have to worry about me. I understand the strategic importance of this ministry for the security of this country. If you have money flowing into citizens' pockets through a good trade arrangements that allows proper or improved domestic trade, and then not only quantitative but quality products for export. Who will be out there to be convinced to go on the streets, to go and demonstrate? Everybody's busy.
Recently we took to Nigeria, we took to Mumbai, we are still opening other markets. And I was in lead of that.
The appointment of Gen Ombud has been met with freshness within the Trade Ministry. Widely regarded as a timely and strategic move, his accession promises to inject new energy into the trade sector, fostering exponential revitalization and enhancing its vibrancy.
I'm lucky to welcome you here. That when we are going to fight for this ministry, do fight the same as you are fighting for protecting this country. And at the same time, I can see you are already aware that the money used to protect this country comes from this ministry.
Crispus Ainitwe, UBC News.
Now, hundreds of runners came through at Lubidi Mengo for the Kabaka Birthday Run celebrations. Both the young and old were adorned in red and white, competed in the 10, 21-kilometer races respectively, I beg your pardon. Here are the best highlights from the run.
I'm here to celebrate the Kabaka's birthday. I am participating in the Kabaka's Birthday Run. The theme of the day is Stop AIDS.
Pleased to join Ugandans today for the 2024 Kabaka Run, and the whole concept is about the fight against HIV and AIDS by 2030. This is the overall objective of government, and when the kingdom comes together, calls upon Ugandans to that cause, it is very important. Now, as Uganda Railways, we believe that a healthy Ugandan is one who is able to add value to the growth of this country.
Islamic Bank is proud to be part of the Kabaka Birthday Run, where we celebrate the King's 39th birthday, 69th birthday. We are very proud of the Kabaka, we are very proud of Uganda, we are very proud of the theme for this year's run, which is eradicating AIDS by the year 2030.
Happy birthday to the Kabaka of Uganda. In Nakawa division, residents of Mtinda Parish also braved the morning drizzle and joined the rest of the participants in Buganda and beyond to commemorate the 69th Kabaka's Birthday Run. The Kabaka Parish leaders, led by Mili Nantongo and Alan Sentombwe, flagged off the runners from Mtinda KCCA Primary School. Take a look.
The main emphasis this year is against the men to end the spread of this disease among young girls. And I want to appeal to all men to rethink about this cause, or to rethink themselves when they are going into these activities.
My name is Natongo Mili, Parish Chief from Tinda. I appreciate Tinda dwellers for fully participating in Kabaka's Birthday Run to fight against AIDS.
In more stories of the week, health experts are dissatisfied with parents shunning their children from taking yellow fever vaccines. Experts say yellow fever mostly affects children and hence should be at the forefront to administer the vaccine, something that the parents are taking for granted.
The week-long yellow fever mass vaccination campaign seeks to immunize a significant portion of the population with a target of 14 million individuals across 53 districts. However, for this campaign to become a reality, government needs to silence social media negativity. Government has a big role to play to eliminate those on social media who prevent others from vaccinating. Government further has a task of sensitization about upcoming programs. People seem to have politicized vaccination, which makes them believe rumors on social media. Like other vaccines, a person who administers the yellow fever vaccine is assured of protection for the viral deadly disease for their entire life.
You take it once in life, so it's good once in life. Once you get your yellow card, it's over.
If you feel you want to come back, you can come back for the booster dose. Yes, you can come for the booster dose. It is very safe. Just in case you get the yellow fever, you cannot be down like someone who didn't get the shot. You're going to move with yellow fever because your body is protected. You have a booster in your body. You cannot be down like someone who didn't get.
However, health workers are bothered with parents who deny their children from acquiring the shot, yet they are the most prone should an outbreak occur. We shall not say that schools have cooperated to this exercise because a school will present 100 children out of 500 only for vaccination. This is largely because of their parents. The turn-up is still low, and yet even at school, most children are restricted by their parents. Some schools close gates for health workers who go for the immunization process. This is our major concern. Nevertheless, those that have received the shot applaud government for bringing such initiatives that protect human lives.
Twegemese omusujja guno nkubiriza ne bazadde bannange abayina abaana temulemesa abaana bammwe kwegemesa. Teri nteekateeka ya gavumenti ejja ngezze kutta wabula okutuyamba mu bulamu bwaffe.
Vaccination against yellow fever protects you as an individual against catching the disease for the whole of your life, and also helps to prevent the disease from spreading further around the world. It should be noted that vaccination against yellow fever is one of the mandatory requirements to enter foreign countries. Mary Namkose, Mike Bakabulindi, UBC News.
Much India Court Magistrate Celion Nagadia has paid a locust visit at the land of the late Joseph Balikudembe Mkasa, located at Mugongo village, Chengera in Makiso district, which is disputed by his relatives and was given lawful authority to Pastor Robert Kayanja to protect it by the late beneficiaries based in the USA.
The contested land on Block 337 occupies plots 328 and 458, situated in LC to Mugongo Village, Chengera in Wakiso District. Its bona fide owner was Joseph Balikudembe Mkasa, who established on it Good Shepherd Orphanage Center to look after underprivileged children. Because he had no biological children, the late Balikudembe adopted two children, namely Nathan Matthew Hoyle Davenport and William Bartley Davenport, who are American citizens, but also friends of Pastor Robert Kayanja, a close friend of the late Balikudembe.
Naisimanya nnyo nkolagana ya Mwami Davenport ne Pastor Kayanja ne muzeyi bwanga anataka okummula nankwasa Davenport kati Davenport yatenga mikwano gya Pastor Kayanja kati yawe ne bankwasaganya Pastor Kayanja nangamba nti kintu kyonna ekiba kizo ku obwetaavu onnobwa waliwo abazze ku nsonga yonna ndabe Pastor Kayanja.
Having lived in America for long, the late Balikudembe got Wilfred Luganda Seruwaji to take care of his property and the children's home to date.
Tangawo yalinawo sister we n'abazzukulu be kaninga ye yasinganga kubeera mu America. Okay, yabeeranga mu America nekyalanga bukyazi okujja okulaba project etuuseewa so kati awo nange we najjira myaka giri 19 okuvaawo so kakati mu 2024 nandekera obuvunaanyizibwa obw'okulabirira ekifo kino.
In his will, Balikudembe entrusted the authority over his property here in Uganda to his adopted children. However, following his demise, his family led by his brother John Serumaga claimed the ownership of the property and disputes ensued.
Ekibanja kino sisoose busoose kukibeeramu kyasooka kubeeramu taata wange n'ennyabo omugenzi bombi nga bagenzi mu mwaka gya 5 eyo nga 2 bwe giti kakati oluvannyuma taata bw'afuna ekibanja ekirala n'avaawo n'agenda.
William Bartley Davenport thus entrusted Pastor Robert Kayanja with the responsibility of lawfully acting of their property. Pastor Kayanja filed a lawsuit in the Machinde Magistrates Court, stopping changes in title deeds and selling off of the Davenport property. The situation has prompted Judge Celio Nagadia to pay a locus visit on the disputed land. Pastor Robert Kayanja's lawyer Solomon Sebowa sheds more light on the locus visit.
We filed an application to maintain the status quo of the land, and among the prayers were to stop any further subdivision or transfer of the suit property before the conclusion of the case in court. So today the court visited the locus to ascertain the boundaries of the land and also to ascertain who is in possession of the disputed property.
I'm Ivan Juko for UBC.
The Mufti of Uganda, Sheikh Shaban Mubadje, has issued a plea to the government urging for water subsidies to be provided to mosques to ensure easy access for Muslims during the worship. The call to action was made during the iftar dinner hosted by the National Water and Sewage Corporation in Kampala.
Water holds significance for Muslims, essential for rituals such as ablution, cleanliness and maintaining the premises. However, many mosque administrators struggle under the weight of high water bills.
I don't know whether who has the authority that maybe prayer places like mosques should be at least considered with the deductions. This is our request, because we have to use water, and then to be patient that you don't just disconnect like others do at mosques. Then it means you have to stop praying.
Speaking at the iftar dinner, the Mufti of Uganda, Sheikh Shaban Ramadan Mubadje, appealed to the government to consider subsidizing water access and facilities. The Mufti advocated for increased Muslim representation within the National Water and Sewage Corporation, underlining the importance of diversity.
No, I mean percentage of Muslims. Less than 10, 15. If we need more.
In regard to employment, National Water and Sewage Corporation boasted as a company that favors the Muslim faith.
The staff representation, we start usually with the board. It's a government policy and requirement that the Muslims have a contribution, a participatory membership, because there are only 9, including a managing director, but minimum we usually have on the board there will be 3 or 2 all the time. And our management also is the same. Out of the 4,000, 5,000 staff, I will try myself, I will pick interest to make sure that the Director of Human Resource, she's a part of this community, Yunus, to make sure that we have deliberate effort in the recruitment drive to balance.
Dr. Hanifa Namara, CEO of Stepping Stones and board member of the National Drug Authority, urged men to set examples at home regarding curbing domestic violence. She emphasized integrity's vital role in personal and professional life.
For us in Islam, the beauty of family is so well defined that it should be honored and we should be thanking God.
Sudat Kaye, UBC News.
Now, Busia District Security Team has embarked on investigations following the rampant killings of border riders and fire outbreaks, mostly in schools. In the last 2 months, the district has registered more than 6 cases of fire outbreaks in schools, including Victory Nazarene Primary School, Bill and Polly Nazarene Primary School, and Sibidise Primary, among others. Among the registered cases at police include those of 4 border riders that were killed and their motorcycles taken by thieves.
Michael Chibwika, Busia Resident District Commissioner, says that they have apprehended a number of suspects in connection to fire outbreaks and murders in the district, and very soon they will be arraigned in courts of law for prosecution. He attributes these cases of fire outbreaks to land wrangles the affected schools have with some community leaders, adding that this has gone beyond the district of Busia to neighboring districts like Namayingo.
This is so rampant, this is so common in most of our institutions, and with this one, we are making a clear follow-up to ensure that we either resolve through mediation or we resolve it through court expeditiously, such that we don't find the cases of conflict escalating into such situations.
This was during a community engagement with all the regional security team and stakeholders of Busia District, organized by the area Member of Parliament, John Mulimba, who also doubles as State Minister for Regional Affairs. Minister John Mulimba says that following the rampant killings and fire outbreaks, he had to call for this meeting with the main objective to make a layout on how to eradicate insecurity in the district. Mr. Mulimba says that most of the slain border riders own Kenyan registered motorcycles got on loan from a Kenya company called Wato, where they suspect that this could be a planned move. He adds that he has instructed the security team to take up action on and about this company in Kenya.
Now, I've also been told that the motorcycles which are given on loan are provided by a tracking device. And of course, the lenders or the providers of those motorcycles are the ones who hold the security responsibility of monitoring these cameras. Now, of all instances of theft of motorcycles, the borders have no control of tracking, but whenever they refer these matters to Watu, the company which lent them, they have not gotten any help. And so I have directed the RDC together with the security team to get to Watu and request them to have an accountability of why they have failed, despite installing tracking devices. Why have they failed to help us to track the stolen motorcycles?
Government is set to invest $217 million to support women entrepreneurs, particularly in value, to improve their competitiveness. This was echoed by the Commissioner for Gender and Women's Affairs in the Ministry of Gender, Labour and Social Development, Angela Kafero, during the belated Women's Celebration in Wakiso District.
Women play an important role in economic transformation and development, hence the need to be supported and barriers that hinder them from participation in the money economy be eliminated as well. During belated Women's Day celebrations organized by Fair Trade Africa in collaboration with Wagagai Flower Farm in Wakiso District, the Commissioner for Gender and Women's Affairs in the Ministry of Gender, Labour and Social Development pointed out that government has allocated $217 million to support women entrepreneurs.
But also in terms of value addition. If I'm growing coffee, can I start packing my coffee beans, or can I start grinding my coffee beans into coffee that can be put on the market and can be consumed? So we are looking at supporting women to add value to their products.
Nakafero further commended government for putting in place laws that support women, citing the Succession Amendment Act of 2022.
You know very well that Uganda is a patriarchal society where ownership of property, inheritance was all vested, it favors men and boys. But the Succession Amendment Act 2022 empowers women and girls to be heirs to the properties, to the estates of their fathers as well as their husbands. For me, that is a gain which we are celebrating as a country.
Strategy and Impact Director at Fair Trade Africa, Medline Muga, points out that her organization has ensured that women in employment are supported in education, marketing of their products, but also ensure fair treatment of the employees.
We have standards for what we call hired labor, and we have standards for what we call small producer organizations. And for this, there are issues around gender. Gender is one of the cornerstones, one of the themes we have. And these standards talk about non-discrimination, about fairness, about pushing women in leadership. And so one of the things when you're fair trade certified, you must abide or comply with what the standards direct.
With the power of Africa is now rising, and we as exporting countries, I think, is going to be the next century. And I look forward to that as I get older, and I can see and enjoy how we as our countries in this area have become more and more stronger. And Fair Trade, thank you for being part of that as well.
I understand more about women's rights in a way that when my rights are being violated, I can say no, because I have that powers. I'm empowered, I'm enlightened, my eyes are now open. When I see somebody being harassed, I can say no, because I know the rights, and I know the right holders that I can face to report what is going on.
Fair Trade Africa ensures fair terms of trade between farmers and buyers, protects workers' rights, and supports producers to have thriving farms.
Residents of Buhimba sub-county can now access basic services like markets, schools and health facilities following rehabilitation of a 6.5-kilometer road that connects villages of Chitole, Remparachi, Bujaria and Kijanga. Dan Atuhure Matovo, a resident of Remparachi, says that the school road connects to Bujara Health Center, Bujara Primary School, Jolly Gets Primary School and Bujaria Market.
Buhimba sub-county residents have expressed appreciation to government for rehabilitating a 6.5-kilometer road which has been in sorry state for 20 years. They can now access basic services like markets, schools and health facilities. The road also links the sub-county to other districts of Hoima, Chankwanzi and Kakumiro in Bunyoro sub-region.
Because when it gets to the center, there is another extension going to there is a village called Ruasajwa. So we did try to extend it there so that the accessibility can be a little bit widened, so that our people can enjoy the benefits and the services can be extended to the ground.
The Vice Chairperson, Buhimba Sub-County, says that several people lost their lives at the hands of cattle rustlers who were using the road to carry out attacks. The area member of parliament, Buhaguzi East County in Chikube district, Sarah Stephen Itaza, says he has been receiving a lot of complaints from the sub-county and villages. Itaza says that some of the locals are stubborn because instead of tilling their gardens, they just plow the road.
Right from LOC1, the councillors of this area and the general public, we have had a combined effort to make sure that this road is worked on permanently. At least it will be able to push us for another 10, 15, 20 years.
Fred!
Osmosis.
Freddy! Fred Dollar, my boss, CEO Inojo, the general of generals, the conqueror of conquerors, the first and the final, the sky above the skies, the promised land, the terms and the conditions, the international king crocodile, the source of the Nile.
I don't have money today.
Just take a polite loan of 200k to stock my shop. The signs and symptoms of success. The bank commander, not the bank teller.
Why hassle for a loan when you've got MTN Momo? We're so tingy. Use the Momo app or dial *165*5# for all quick loans. Choose from the different loan options from our partners and get one that works for you. Together, we're unstoppable.
Nyati Motion Pictures brings you Tuko Pamoja Ankole segment.
In the Business Weekly news, officials from the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and the Petroleum Authority of Uganda have just come back from a 4-day supervisory field visit in the Albertine Graben, where they hosted ambassadors, heads of missions and high commissioners to those countries that host major oil companies operating in Uganda. Now, the objective of the visit was to familiarize the ambassadors with the progress of Uganda's oil and gas initiatives.
Uganda's ambassadors to China, France, the United Arab Emirates and Tanzania, accompanied by dignitaries from the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and the Petroleum Authority of Uganda, have visited the Albertine Graben and commended the progress of all oil and gas projects in the region. The 4-day oversight tour started at the Uganda Petroleum Institute in Kigumba, where they witnessed Uganda's efforts in empowering local content in the technical fields of oil and gas.
We have come a long way in bridging the gaps that were existent and ensuring that the competencies, the qualifications that we are delivering here meet the needs of the industry. And that's the same reason we have attracted now partners like Total Energies to train their production technicians here.
They then visited the Kingfisher Development Project, which is overseen by Sinok, a Chinese government corporation.
There is a lot inside here.
China tells us that 30, 40 years ago, they were like we are. So they understand our dilemmas, our challenges, and they are ready and willing to partner with us in a win-win situation.
This visit intended to enrich their understanding of various pertinent issues concerning the sector as they witness the progress so far taken.
We are looking at GDP growth, we are looking at the income generated, and with all aspects of environmental diversity taken care of, we know a lot has been going on in the community, in the society, both within the nation and also outside in the world. But here we are hands-on to see exactly what is being implemented.
The ambassadors were marveled at the progress at various sites in the region. Kabalega Airport, an industrial park projected to be at 15 months away from completion, will support transportation of lightweight equipment for the sector, but also complement industrial, air transport and tourism initiatives of Uganda.
And for the first, say, 5 years, the government is looking at the transportation of equipment, Maybe after that, that's when it will turn their attention, maybe to passenger flights and the rest.
Key among the concerns of the delegates was job creation and economic empowerment of Ugandans.
As we were coming in the bus, we were told that at the onset, 1,000 people were employed here. Now it has come down to 200, but again it will go up when the refinery starts and other things. And Uganda is a country that has a young population, so it's the reason why you see apparently in the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, it has become central to promote economic and commercial diplomacy, to attract in investments, to promote exports, to promote tourism, to create job opportunities. So it's a very important project.
The third day of the trip saw the travelers move to Bulisa district, specifically to Tilenga Project Industrial Area by Total, which is the largest oil project area.
Amidst anticipation, all stakeholders in the Albertine Graben confirmed that commercial oil in Uganda will start coming out between June 2025 and November.
By the fourth day, the delegates had an all-round overview of the various initiatives Uganda is taking, challenges and timeframes, where they spotted some opportunities to leverage in their offices as they serve the country abroad. Wadulo Makanold, UBC News, in the Albertine Graben.
The Mufti of Uganda, Sheikh Shaban Ramadan Mubaji, has urged financial institutions, including banks and lending companies, to introduce Islamic banking. This move aims to help Muslims align their banking practices with their beliefs while fostering equal social development.
Speaking at Uganda Muslim Supreme Council headquarters in Old Kampala, Mufti Shaban Ramadan Mubaji emphasized the importance of introducing Islamic banking systems that educate customers about healthy financial practices.
When you are trying to keep your money, you are trying to develop. My only humble request is that think of halal packages that Muslims can freely take on or use, like embracing the halal banking. If you want to be competitive in the market, please consider halal banking window for the Muslims. You'll get, you won't be out of market.
Mufti Mubaji highlighted the benefits of charitable giving, especially during the last 10 days of Ramadan. He also called on employers to accommodate Muslim employees' prayer schedules.
Also, in employing staff, please consider a good percentage. This will attract, whenever there is a Muslim there, others will know, yes, this is our bank. They will identify with the bank also. Then the last one is having prayer places in your facilities.
Housing Finance Bank's operations manager Michael Opira confirmed plans to introduce Islamic banking services, emphasizing the institution's commitment to community support.
As a bank, we look at how do we share, we look at inclusion, look at whenever our colleagues have a situation like this, where they're going through a special month like the month of Ramadan, we need to identify with them, because as an indigenous bank, would like to always be with our people, be on the ground with our people.
In another development, the Nile Humanitarian Development Agency provided food items to assist Muslims during Ramadan's final days.
And we have also iftar programs. We are talking about 15 iftar programs, 9 in Kampala, 6 in Jinja, where every day 300 people are eating food.
We have been witnessing the donations, because Ramadan is a month of giving, sharing, togetherness, and generosity for those who have to share with those who don't have. We have done this in northern Uganda, we have done it in western Uganda, in Mbarara and other places. We have done it in Kampala. We have reached the community of the police. The other day we were at Nagulu Police.
Sudat Kaye and Jamil Sekaja, UBC News.
Nyati Motion Pictures brings you Tuko Pamoja Ankole segment. Learn about the fabrication of Ankole Kingdom from Nkore. the beautiful village of milk and honey at the detriment of Mpororo State.
Ankole as a kingdom came about in 1901.
Ankole is a colonial fabrication.
And all these small kingdoms were counties of the original Itara.
Ruhinda Ruanjunachi, who was Mtrezi,
the son of Wamara Rhanjanjuru.
And that starts the rulers of Ankole called Vahinda.
Who are the pre-colonial heroes from Ankole?
Is it Rutaraka, Muguta, is it Intare, Kitabanyoro? Find out from Tuko Pamoja.
Daily screenings at Ham Cinemax in Wandegea at 11:30, 2 p.m., 4:30 and 7 p.m. To get a ticket, call 0778 787 660. Tuko Pamoja?
In our international segment, some U.S. voters were waiting for a third political party to announce its presidential ticket before they decide on the Democratic or Republican nominee. The No Labels group has, however, dropped plans to boost a unity ticket.
The mission, simple. With the country going to the polls bitterly divided, No Labels was to nominate a unity ticket, one Republican and one Democrat.
Right now, a growing number of Americans, perhaps a majority, feel shut out of the political process. They feel left behind by the two major parties.
And so, New Labels hoped it would attract voters tired of Joe Biden and Donald Trump.
I really don't want to see either one of them in the White House next year.
Money was no issue. No Labels claimed it raised $60 million. The problem was, who would run? The third-party ticket was rejected by moderates like Democratic Senator Joe Manchin. Former Republican Governor Larry Hogan left the group to run for the Senate. Former Republican presidential candidate Nikki Haley also declined the offer. On Thursday, the group abandoned its idea of a third-party ticket. Left are a few other choices. The most recognizable name is Robert F. Kennedy Jr. Running as an independent, he could pick up votes from both Democrats and Republicans.
My intention is to spoil it for both of them.
We're ready for a change. This whole Trump-Biden thing, we're done with it. We're ready for something new.
Also new, self-help author Marianne Williamson running as a Democrat.
We're all here, or at least many of us are, because we are upset about this country. We're worried about this country.
Do you think she stands a chance? No, but I wanted to at least make my voice heard to the Democratic Party that there are some of us who are really not enthusiastic about the choice that they're having.
And activist Cornell West.
Who do we know who loves the people enough to tell the truth?
But American voters tend to lean toward familiarity and major parties. So that means these two. Again, a former and current president repeating their matchup from 4 years ago.
It's the lesser of two evils, and sometimes I struggle with it, and sometimes I think maybe I shouldn't even bother voting.
The two front runners have 6 months to change her mind and the minds of others like her. Carolyn Pursuti, VOA News.
Ebiseera by'okuzaayo abaana mu masomero tebiteekwa kukaluubiriza n'akatono. Eno kusimba nnyiriri mpanvu kano kalippagano ka bidduka. Simanya kuzunga na banka siripsi. Kati osobola okusasula school fees z'omwana wo ate n'okola n'ebirala ntoko ku ssimu ye ey'omu ngalo. Ekikola kyangu nnyo. Nyiga bunyizi *165*8 ogoberera ebikulagiriddwa oba okozese app ya MTN Momo. Ate kati okola ki olwaleero? MTN Mobile Money Uganda Limited erungamizibwa banka enkulu eya Uganda.
In our international news, Uganda Cycling Association's wish to start the Grand Tour Denial Championship has received the nod of 2 key sports administrators, as you're about to witness.
Cycling in Uganda is gaining momentum, and in the aftermath of the recent Africa Games gold medal finish by Charles Kajimu in the individual time trial is expected to blossom. With this in mind, Uganda Cycling Association has started exploring opportunities that can grow the sport further. None of what the association's top hierarchy can think of is better than the Tour de Nile if, when materialized, will start local and regional before going international.
Do you have a program, or you have an idea? We need to organize Tour de Nile, like what they did in Egypt. So next year we are planning to organize this tour.
It will start and end at the source of the Nile in Jinja, but go to many eastern Uganda places, in the process helping Uganda feed off sports tourism.
It is important that we use sports to know our country. And one of them is, cycling, because cycling will move you from the one place to another. So if we wanted to know about Tour de Nile, we would use cycling as a sports activity, but at the same time, use the tourists to cycle with us and reach different spots of the Nile, interesting spots, and then at the same time we do sports tourism and make other countries know about the Nile using the sports, especially the sport of cycling.
Uganda Cycling Association plans the Tour de Nile to be a 1,000-kilometer expedition of between 5 to 7 stages and lasting about a week.
My suggestion would be that you combine both. You have a bicycle tour, which will be healthy, competitive, and then we have enough scenic spots like this place where you have the nature beauty of River Nile, where you can take a rest and enjoy life. This is Nile special. Nile special in the sense of nature beauty. This is 100% sports tourism made in Uganda.
The target is to incorporate the Nile Basin countries like Kenya, Tanzania, Sudan and Egypt in the early stages before targeting a date on the international cycling calendar.
Deputy Head Teacher of St. Chizito Primary School, Bugolobi, Omita Patrick, has called upon National Council of Sports to actively engage in nurturing children's talents through specialized training programs aimed at skills development. Omita made the remarks during a sports day event organized by the school where a number of talents were on display.
The Deputy Head Teacher of St. Chizito Primary School, Omita Patrick Okoth, has commended the collective efforts of teachers, parents and community members for their support in fostering a conducive environment for talent exploration and growth among the students.
By coming to participate, you can see the school is filled up with the parents. They have actually participated, they have supported us. And you see, even giving us their children is something very, very important.
During the event, Teacher Kauda Rebecca encouraged students to have faith in their abilities and to embrace the journey of discovering and honoring their unique talents.
Really encourage you. If you have a talent, don't relax. Talents are good. Talents have seen people through, even throughout the country, even internationally. People have gone famous. People have developed, people have become rich out of talent.
Walema Henry, Assistant Games and Sports Coordinator, stressed the significant role of talent development, not only in enriching students' lives, but also in contributing to national achievements in sports.
We had a medal from 1972 when Akibua won us an Olympic medal. Until very many years, until 2012, when we had another one from Kiprotich. So we encourage that, well, let's continue building talents and also bringing more games on board. So that, like currently KCC is encouraging bringing games like baseball to our primary school. Let us encourage these people to come, continue training our children.
The call for talent-focused sports programs highlights the broader goal of nurturing well-rounded individuals who excel both academically and in extracurricular pursuits, fostering a generation of confident and skilled individuals poised for success on various fronts. Sudat Kaye.
That's all we had for you today. Thank you so much for watching. Do join us later on for an English bulletin at 8 and 10 p.m. But you can stay tuned for more programming coming your way. My name is Sharon Kyomugisha. Don't forget to actually move around with an umbrella or a coat because it's a rainy, heavy season. Bye-bye.
UBC, inspiring Uganda.
I'm Kaylee with the very special weather report. From up there to down here, everything is crazy. If we don't listen to scientists, things are going to be even crazier when I grow up. Let's look at the forecast for 2050. Heat waves will affect 94% of children, making playing outside a thing of the past. Extreme